Hey guys, back here again with another rabbit hole I'm going down. This time it is Montezuma's Revenge. I actually already recorded a full playthrough of several different versions of the game and basically just deleted them all because it wasn't what I wanted to go for. Did a little bit more research, found out some more about the game. Very interesting stuff. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play the original release of the game on the Atari 8-bit systems, or Atari 800. And then I'm going to jump ahead to the Sega Master System because that was a later version that had some graphical and gameplay and I'll say improvements. And then we're going to explore Montezuma's Revenge coming into the modern age. And that's going to include looking at the Nintendo game and the game available on Steam. And then also take a look back at the developer, Robert Yeager's original vision for the game. And apparently his original, I'm going to call it prototype, is available to find if you know where to look. And kind of the reason for redoing this series is to understand it in the context. I watched an interview with Robert Yeager where he was talking about the original character of the game and how his name was going to be Pedro, and he was Mexican, had kind of a more sombrero poncho thing going on, more authentic native garb to Central America. And he was approached by Parker Brothers after they saw his demo, and they basically said, yeah, we're not going to use Pedro. His name's Panama Joe, and he's going to be basically Indiana Jones. And so that's this version of the game, the rebranded. So the main character in this is Panama Joe. The Atari 8-bit version opens up like this, and I think it's kind of cool. It just immediately opens it up into this screen, and you can explore how the different elements of the game work. And one interesting difference is that, oh no, I guess this is true in all versions. So if you try to jump across, you slide down, but then you can walk across the base so you don't get stuck sliding once you're at the bottom. And then you can go down and up the ropes. So anyway, you are an explorer. You're basically Indiana Jones ripoff, and you're going into a tomb in Central America. It's actually kind of a pyramid shape. The top floor is, well, this room is only one room wide. You go down a floor, it's 3 rooms wide. You go down another floor, and it's 5 rooms wide, like that, until it maxes out at some point. And at the very bottom, you find the treasure room. This game was released first on the Atari 8-bit computers and then ported to Commodore 64. The port over to Commodore 64 to me is almost identical, so I'm going to be looking for some differences. Even the sound quality is about the same. Character looks about the same. And the big difference I can see is that there's no title screen here. Commodore 64 version, you come down into the title screen at this point. But that's it. I'm going to play until either I die all the way off or I get through level 3, because I'm going to run out of time, I think, at that point. Feels like the colors are probably a little bit different as well, because some of these colors look a little, I don't know, like bright, hard on the eyes a little bit. So I think in the Commodore 64 version, they probably redid the colors as well. Now, the purpose of the game is, like I said, get to the bottom, get to the treasure room. To do that, you are collecting items that you need, like keys to open doors. Alright, this is a really difficult jump. Alright, did it. That might actually be easier in the Atari version, which I was greatly appreciated. I could lose all 5 of my lives on that jump in the Commodore version. So yeah, you gotta match keys to doors. This thing is called a Scepter. It makes you invincible for like 5 seconds. It's useful for certain parts of the game, but right there it's kind of pointless. Just gets you through that snake. There's spiders that move semi-randomly. The skulls are completely in a pattern, so that guy just rolls back and forth. Got these not invisible, we got these laser gates or doors or whatever, laser beams. Now, if you are equipped with a sword and you run into a skull like this, you use up your sword but you don't die, and the skull dies. Doesn't work on the snakes as far as I can tell. I do feel like the controls are a bit tighter in this version over the Commodore 64 version. Ooh. Which is very welcome. There's a lot of precision jumping in this game, so having tight controls is really important. One more thing. So I have 4 keys and a sword. Your inventory is maxed out at 5, so you can't pick up treasure when you're maxed out, so unfortunately... Oh, and then I gain an extra life. Every 10,000 points you gain an extra life. And you can see the lives are the hats up in the HUD, if you want to call it that. Anyway, you can't pick up treasure when your inventory is full. So that's why I used up that sword. Just realized it looks like Panama Joe is flipping people off when he jumps. It's pretty fun. It's like, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I never thought I would say this, but I think I'm preferring this Atari 8-bit version over my beloved Commodore 64. Look how precise those jumps were, how fast they were. And precision is so important. This game was also ported onto the Atari 2600, which is actually impressive for an Atari 2600 game. It actually really does look like this game, but just really rezzed down, and the room layouts have to be a bit simpler. Interestingly, some people call this an early Metroidvania game. Even the original designer of the game was like, I don't quite see that, but I'm flattered. Let's see, I'll go ahead and get that treasure. There's a room at the top here that has 3 swords in it, and a pretty good chance of me dying. Now, this version of the game, I might actually survive because the controls are so tight. But every time I've tried this on the Commodore 64 version, I've died. Yeah, that's amazing. Tight controls. And it's nice to have an extra sword. Because if I want to get these treasures, I can just kill that spider. Alright, I need to get the red key because there's a torch I need for the lower levels. Otherwise, when you get to the lower levels, you can't see. The time that, right? Okay, and there's the red key right there. I'm just gonna kill this skull, I think. It'll be easier. Yeah, you do some pretty cool stuff in this game, like jump across really large rooms with big things of flame to jump across. Okay. Oh. I can't get back up over on this side. But yeah, some people have called it a Metroidvania. Original developers, like, I'm flattered that you think that Metroidvania is an evolution of this. And honestly, I think he deserves some credit, but the difference being that Metroidvania typically involves combat and involves like power-ups that you get over time. Oh no. I have to wait for one of these scepters to wear off so I can get the torch. Okay. Alrighty. But yeah, the sense of exploration is definitely here, like in a Metroidvania. The fact that you can backtrack through rooms you've already been in. I mean, I wouldn't want to, but I could backtrack all the way to the beginning of the whole game. Oops, and I died. I could backtrack all the way to the beginning room of the game if I wanted to. Might be dangerous, but... Oh. Alright, well, me dying, I just made that life back, so I guess it was worth it. Now, got a little bit of a lull here in the action since I have to backtrack. One thing that's interesting that I never realized as a kid. So level 1, in level 1, you go down the left side of the pyramid and you can't get to the right side of the pyramid really at all. In level 2, the left side is blocked off and you can only go on the right side. And then level 3, both sides of the pyramid are open, and then I think they stay open for the rest of the levels. Not 100% sure, but I think I read that once you get to level 9, it just loops. But the whole pyramid is open from level 3 onwards. And the difference is that I think there might be a couple layout changes, but the darkness starts earlier. Like, where I am right now should be in darkness, but I have the torch. Okay. Technically, you can explore in the darkness, but much easier to have the torch because you can't even see the doors in the darkness. Just suddenly you've used up a key. What's up here? Yeah, no, I don't need to go up there. Alright, and then this is the final room before the treasure room. This might cost me a life. Yep. Because, like, the ground and the thing disappear at the same time. But I actually gained 2 lives through this level, so... So basically you're just, like, jumping through space, trying to grab as many treasures as you can. you want to stay off the sides because you'll eventually hit poles if it's the same as the Commodore version at least. Oh, yeah. Okay, it eventually forces you on. Interesting. The poles are in the middle in this one. Commodore one, the poles are on the side to slide down. All right, level 2. So one thing we'll notice, I don't have level 2 memorized like I have level 1 memorized because I was doing some practice runs on level 1. Level 2 will notice that suddenly we can go down from this room. We can go down over there too. And like I said, I don't have this level 2 memorized, so might see me stumble a bit more in this one. Oof. Okay, well that's a problem I had in this room in the Commodore 1 too. This is really annoying. It's very oof. I don't like this room. It's very precise where you have to be to get off of that ladder. Just realized I get points for... Oh, okay. Just realized I get points for collecting keys. So the game rewards you for finding keys and then using them because you get, if you use your key, then you can go collect more keys. I'm going to go ahead and open those doors, but I'm going to go... Whoa, that was a bad jump. I'm going to go explore to the right a little bit to see if I can get more keys over there. I think I'm going to go down this way. There must be a reason there were doors there. Okay. There is fall damage. I don't think you've seen me fall yet. So I gotta be careful where I jump to. Let's see if this is safe. That's not what I intended to do. Okay. It's actually, I think it's somewhat realistic. Your fall damage actually is reduced if you jumped first. To me, that it kind of simulates that your character was ready for the fall. I'm a little bit concerned about this. Where do I jump from here? Yeah, no, that killed me. Nope, that's a death. Okay, no, that was stupid. I know where I'm supposed to go. Here, 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 here. Okay. And then do I risk my life for 2 swords? I'm tempted. Yeah, I'll be brave. Oh. Trying to remember what year this came out. This is actually really impressive platforming for its time period. Honestly, it's no worse than Super Mario Brothers. The first one. Super Mario 3 at least had... Oh, what's going on here? Okay, I'm going to jump over that one. Okay, it's like, okay, there better be some reason I went through all that. Super Mario 3 had all the cool power-ups. So I wouldn't say that this game is better than Super Mario 3, but in terms of pure platforming, like, you know, jumping your way through levels, this game is pretty awesome. The ability to hold onto ropes is pretty awesome. Oh, and I didn't mention, the developer of this game was basically just some random, like, teenager that liked to code games. Started off by making clones of, like, Pac-Man and some other game. And then basically made this game out of nowhere. Later, when we play his original, like, tech demo, or whatever you want to call it, there were still a lot of, like, bugs in it, but the game was all there. Like, basically the guy knew what he was doing, like, even as a teenager. And, you know, Parker Brothers comes to him and he's like, Parker Brothers, like, you know, that board game company. Everybody knows them. Maybe had a little bit of stars in his eyes or whatever. Oh, there's another torch. I do want the treasure, though. Don't get 2 torches, it's bad. Basically, just eat up your inventory. So, yeah. He's got this cute little game with a character named Pedro exploring a Mesoamerican ruin, and Parker Brothers goes, yeah, no, we're going to change that character. I don't want that character, but your game is awesome. Got plenty of blue keys. I don't know what kind of keys I need. I think I just need to head downwards. And then it kind of sounds like he never really did any more games after this one. He kind of cited the video game crash. And what direction am I going? Am I going towards the middle? I think I go towards the middle. Yeah. He cited the video game crash as why he got sort of burnt out in the whole video game thing. I also don't know if he really got paid a fair amount. This game was ported so many times. Okay, I need one more red key. And then I can complete the level. So one of the exciting things about kind of the history of this game then is he got back, I don't want to say together, he programmed this entire game on his own, but he got together with a group and they put up a Kickstarter to make, they put up a Kickstarter to make this into a Nintendo game, and they got that back more in line with his original vision of Pedro, the antagonist. I probably shouldn't talk while I'm playing because it's leading to me dying a bunch, but whatever. So anyway, he had this idea to bring back Pedro as the protagonist, the hero. And, gosh, where the heck is the red key? Yeah, spider. And that was successful, so you can now play it on the Nintendo. And then somewhere in all that, it also came out on Steam. So the cool thing is you can actually go, I mean, a lot of these old retro games, there's no way to get money into the hands of the original developers. Here we have this exception where you absolutely can, you absolutely can go and buy this game on Steam, and that money, that was a pointless thing. That money will actually find its way to Robert Yeager, the developer of the game. I don't like this. Okay. Just looking for a red key. And I don't think it's very often that you can go look up some old retro game like that. Oh gosh, spiders. And that doesn't help me either. And still get the money to those original developers. Yeah, I figured killing things gives you lots of points, so that was a pretty good use of my time there. I need to figure out where all the red keys are, though. What the heck did I do? A lot of backtracking when you're... Oops, oops, oops. Okay, here's some red keys. A lot of backtracking when you're being kind of dumb. Alright, I don't actually need blue keys, so that's fine. And then, if I remember right, I can just go down here and go this way. Here's the lasers. So yeah, I'm actually doing really well, but I'm on a time crunch, so again, if I beat level 3, I'll just end the video there. Alright, off to the treasure room. Actually, I'm curious if there are poles on the side in this. Nope. I don't see a side to this. So yeah, if you play... Yeah, okay. If you play the Commodore 64 version, there's another difference. If you jump too far to the sides, you'll hit the poles and come down, whereas this version, the poles are in the middle. Alright, level 3, I can choose which side I want to go down. I think I'm going to go back to the left side. The left side was less dangerous, but doesn't mean it's going to remain less dangerous, so... Currently, I'm at a state where I've gained 1 life over the course of playing rather than lost a life. In the interview that I saw, the developer said, you know, he was coming from that mindset of the old arcade games that were out there to steal your quarters. So he did make the game hard. I maybe have not been fair in showing how hard it is, because I'm decently good at the game. But you're meant to die a lot. That's also why he made it that you get an extra life every 10,000 points, because then you're being rewarded. That's what I really like about this game, is you're getting instantly rewarded for exploring, for getting treasures and getting keys. It's not just a high score on the screen, but you get extra lives. So it's a pretty good choice to, I mean, occasionally kill enemies to make room to get more treasure. Yeah, as for playing, like what version of the game to get into, I do recommend this version, the Atari 8-bit version. I do think the colors, like this screen hurts my eyes a little bit. And maybe it's a setting on my emulator, but I'm not sure about that. The colors are a little bit better in the Commodore 64. The main character looks fine in both versions, so I don't know if there's a better version. But the controls just feel a little bit tighter on this one. I don't know why I skipped those treasures, but I don't want to go back now. Oh, it's dark already. This I do not like. I don't even... Yeah. Yeah. It's not a good idea to run around in the dark. Okay. So, like I said, going down the left side wasn't as easy as I thought. Oh, now I have to go up this way from the backtrack. Oh boy. This is going to eat up a couple lives, I think. You're kidding me. Alright, this game does not hold your hand. I might not make it to level 4. Oh no. Oh my goodness. I really did not want to go up this. There. Oh my gosh. What was that I was saying about controls being tighter? Man. Okay. That was my experience growing up as a kid too, was certain rooms really were like death traps. Like you can get caught in a cycle of, oh my gosh, I am in this room and I can't get past this room and I keep dying. So yeah, I may have made the game look easy up until that point. And then my true colors came out. Okay. Still no idea where. There might be a torch. I try not to use the sword. It's my backup plan. There is the torch, okay. So... So can I jump down here? Oh, okay. See, last time I was nervous that I would fall down to that platform and that would be a death. Okay. You may have noticed that was a repeat of the room. A lot of rooms are repeated in this game. Just something that you had to do. Or mirrored. This is the mirror of a room I died a lot in. So... Actually, no, it's not even a mirror. It's the same way, isn't it? It's just got a different exit. Oh, okay. Eesh. I don't know how close to the bottom I am. I must be getting close. And then lately, bottom level, we need 2 blue keys and 2 red keys. Currently I have 1 of every key. And a torch and a sword. Think they'll be backtracking. I think this is the bottom level. Yeah, once there's no stairs going down anymore, you're basically at the bottom level. Whew. Oh man. No, I don't have a key to go on. And then this room's identical to the starting room. Or the room below the starting room, I guess I could say. Alright. Another thing I really like about this game is the speed. Ooh, I'm going to use that sword down there, I think. Oh, I don't need red and blue keys in this one. I just need those. I don't know what, I always call them light blue in the Commodore, but they're not really. It's more like gray, aren't they? I just kill this guy. There's no way I'm going to survive if I don't kill him. Yeah, other than like jumping at just the right time, there's no way I'm going to live. I did it. All right. Oh, nice. Yeah, all the treasures disappear and they force you into the next one. Level 4? Alright, like I said, I'm going to stop there. Give my final thoughts for this version. I kind of wish sometimes now that I had an Atari 8-bit computer when I was a kid. I have really strong prejudices and biases towards the Commodore 64, it being the best home computer at that time. I do absolutely love that SID chip and what it was capable of. And I think the problem with this one is that this game was just a port over to it anyway, so the graphics were the same, the sounds were the same. And in this case, I think I might be imagining it. Could be an emulator thing, I have no idea, but the controls just feel just a little bit tighter in this version of it. I do like this opening where you can actually try out the game mechanics before you actually start. Yeah. This is a solid game, and I actually recommend, like, it's still very much playable, so I recommend going back and giving it a try. Or again, in a later video, I'll show you the Steam version of it, which you can pretty well make, because you can click on the retro button and it will make all the graphics, the original graphics, actually a little bit cleaned up. Panama Joe goes back to being Pedro, which, to be fair, when he jumps he looks like he has a poncho anyway. Like his uniform disappears and it becomes a poncho when he jumps. It's kind of funny. It looks like he's like, I'm Panama Joe, and then he jumps and he's like, actually, I'm Pedro. I brought a poncho and I'm flipping you off. Anyway, yeah, try out this original release of the game, or go ahead and support people supporting the original developer and go buy the Steam game. It's only $2.99. When we get to it, I'll show you. I don't actually care for the modernized graphics, so I just like to click on that retro button, but that's why I have a channel called Retro Gamer, right? So that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed. And seriously, go play this game. It's a lot of fun.